What would you say about a place where you can wake up to find a king cobra sharing your bed with you? Or a place where a family of 5 can live comfortably for about $300 a month while living in a beach house facing the sea? Well, while you're looking for an adjective for this place, welcome to Malaysia, the pride of Southeast Asia. In this video, we'll take a dive into the dark sides of this beautiful country, touching on certain parts of the country's history and current realities that casts a dark shadow on its allure and beauty. First on this list is the issue of comfort women. During the dark days of the Japanese occupation of Malaysia during the Second World War, a tragic chapter unfolded, the plight of the comfort women. It's a distressing tale of coercion and exploitation, where women were forcibly made into sexual slaves by the Japanese military. Imagine being snatched from your home or coerced into a nightmare, forced to serve in what they called comfort stations to fulfill the desires of Japanese soldiers. These women endured unimaginable horrors, trapped in a web of violence and degradation. The scars of this inhumane system run deep. It's not just about the survivors, it's about the stain it left on Malaysian society. The refusal to confront this painful past has cast a shadow over gender equality and women's rights. Even today, the echoes of that dark time linger. The struggle for justice for these women is part of a broader battle against gender-based violence and stereotypes that still haunt us. It's a reminder that history's wounds cannot be ignored or forgotten. Yet, in Malaysia, the stories of these women have often been silenced or swept under the rug. Efforts to seek recognition and apology from the Japanese government have hit roadblocks. It's a sensitive issue, a painful reminder of how we choose to remember our past and honor those who suffered. Another problem that currently faces Malaysia is the issue of snake infestation. There are over 160 species of snakes, with about 35 of them packing a venomous punch. Yep, you'll want to tread lightly. Let's start with a snake that sounds like it belongs in a horror movie, the Malayan spitting cobra. These sleek black serpents aren't just content with a simple bite. They'll spit venom up to 8 feet away, aiming straight for your eyes. Talk about terrifying. Then there's the Malayan pit viper, a master of disguise among the leaves and logs. Its bite packs a punch, causing severe pain, swelling, and even tissue necrosis. Translation: if you cross paths, be ready for a world of hurt. The Malayan krait, with its jailbird stripes, might seem sluggish, but make no mistake, they strike like lightning if provoked. Their potent neurotoxins can spell curtains for unlucky humans. Now, let's talk about the king of all cobras, the king cobra. With a length that puts most NBA players to shame, these majestic creatures command respect, and don't even think about messing with Mama Cobra when she's guarding her eggs. One bite and you might not make it to the hospital in time. The banded krait with its black and yellow stripes may seem shy, but don't be fooled. When agitated, it unleashes a frenzy of strikes that can lead to respiratory failure. Yeah, it's best to keep your distance. Ever heard of the blue coral snake? It's like the supermodel of the snake world, with its electric blue stripes and a killer instinct. Its venom is so potent, it's like a one-way ticket to the underworld. Last but not least, we've got the Sumatran pit viper, a slithering menace lurking in rainforests and swamps. Its bite might start with pain and swelling, but it can escalate to trouble breathing if you're not careful. And guess what? These snakes aren't just hanging out in the wild. They've been known to make guest appearances in urban areas too, like Kuala Lumpur. So keep your eyes peeled and your boots sturdy, because you never know when you might stumble upon one of these deadly beauties. Next on the list of problems that Malaysia currently faces is the problem of human trafficking. Human trafficking casts a dark shadow over Malaysia, staining its reputation as a destination, source, and transit point for victims, especially women and children. The stories are harrowing, echoing the cries of those ensnared in forced prostitution and labor. Foreign workers are lured by promises of better lives, only to find themselves trapped in a nightmare of debt bondage and exploitation. They come from neighboring countries like Indonesia, Nepal, and India, seeking employment but falling prey to ruthless traffickers. Organized crime syndicates lurk behind the scenes, orchestrating the trafficking of vulnerable individuals, including young women coerced into Malaysia's sex trade. The grim reality is encapsulated in the plight of women from China, cynically dubbed China dolls, who are trafficked into the country's dark underbelly. Even within Malaysia's borders, the scourge of trafficking thrives. Migrant workers toil in plantations, construction sites, and factories. their freedoms curtailed, their wages withheld, and their passports confiscated. Refugees, too, are not spared, vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. The authorities' response has been mixed. While raids target illegal migrant communities, they often sweep up trafficking victims in their nets, compounding their suffering. Memorandums of understanding remain unamended, leaving domestic workers vulnerable to passport confiscation and abuse. Despite efforts to combat trafficking, Malaysia finds itself in the lowest tier of the U.S. Department of State's Trafficking in Persons report. Rohingya refugees fleeing persecution become prey to traffickers, enduring confinement and brutality. Filipinas, enticed by promises of employment, find themselves trapped in Malaysia's web of deception. And the horror stories don't end there. Vietnamese and Chinese traffickers ply their trade, making Malaysia a hub for prostitution rings. Children are kidnapped, maimed, and forced into begging on the streets of Kuala Lumpur. Even multinational corporations stand accused of mistreating workers, tarnishing Malaysia's image further. Cambodian housemaids suffer in silence, enduring abuse and neglect. The case of a Cambodian maid starved to death by her employers serves as a grim reminder of the human cost of exploitation. The darkness of human trafficking casts a long shadow over Malaysia, a stain on its conscience and a challenge to its humanity. As long as lives are bought and sold, the fight against trafficking must continue. For every soul lost, it's a testament to our collective failure to protect the most vulnerable among us. But despite all of these dark sides, Malaysia still remains one of the best places to live in the world. Firstly, the cost of living in Malaysia is notably affordable, especially for those earning foreign currencies like British pounds or American dollars. The currency exchange rates favor expatriates, allowing them to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle without financial strain. With relatively modest budgets, individuals and couples can afford high-quality living arrangements and amenities, contributing to a stress-free environment. Healthcare in Malaysia stands out for its accessibility and quality. The country operates a two-tier healthcare system comprising both government-run universal healthcare and private healthcare facilities. Expatriates have the flexibility to choose their healthcare providers and pay for services out of pocket. Notably, Malaysia attracts medical tourists from neighboring countries due to its reputable healthcare standards, proficient English-speaking medical professionals, and affordable prescription medication. The culinary landscape of Malaysia reflects its rich cultural diversity, blending Malay, Indian, and Chinese influences into a tapestry of flavors. From iconic dishes like nasi lemak to spicy curries and aromatic street food, Malaysia offers a gastronomic adventure for food enthusiasts. The vibrant culinary scene epitomizes the nation's cultural vibrancy and hospitality. Language poses minimal barriers in Malaysia, as English is widely spoken across various sectors, including business, healthcare, and transportation. The prevalence of English facilitates communication and integration for expatriates, easing the transition into Malaysian society. Even road signs and public announcements often feature English translations, enhancing accessibility for non-native speakers. The Malaysian lifestyle embodies a laid-back ethos, prioritizing happiness and leisure over relentless productivity. Unlike the frenetic pace of Western societies, Malaysians embrace a more relaxed approach to work and leisure, fostering a sense of well-being and community. The tropical climate encourages outdoor activities and fosters a stress-free environment conducive to personal fulfillment. Malaysia's warm and welcoming populace contributes to its reputation as a hospitable nation. Malaysians are known for their friendly demeanor and hospitality, making it easy for expatriates to forge connections and integrate into local communities. The amiable disposition of Malaysians reflects a broader culture of inclusivity and warmth. Public transportation infrastructure in Malaysia is both extensive and affordable, offering commuters a reliable and cost-effective means of travel. From buses and trains to taxis and ferries, the transportation network facilitates convenient mobility across urban centers and beyond. The affordability and efficiency of public transport reduces the necessity for private vehicle ownership, promoting sustainable and accessible mobility solutions. Lastly, Malaysia's strategic location in Southeast Asia offers travelers convenient access to neighboring countries and diverse cultural experiences. With well-connected air and sea routes, Malaysia serves as a gateway to explore the rich tapestry of Southeast Asian landscapes, from pristine beaches to bustling metropolises. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and watch other videos about other countries.